Rolling Tin Fist. Hello, MGTOWs, blue pillars, purple pillars, and everybody out there in the manosphere. Today I want to talk about the fear of a MGTOW planet. I've only been within the MGTOW, the way of MGTOW, since the beginning of the year, and I've already seen radical change in the number of men uploading content to YouTube, increase in subscribers, videos, communication on YouTube videos, and on the downside, infighting, complaining, shaming between men. There's no place for it, really. Let me take that back. Obviously, in the United States, it's a free country. What I'd like to communicate is that it is counterproductive, because when we men are fighting against each other, then folks outside of MGTOW, or even the way of MGTOW, those who are interested in men bettering themselves, get to point the finger and say, see that? They can't even get it together. And that fuels their agenda to break men apart, to separate us, to keep us divided. In just the 1.5 months or so, I've been awakened by an overdose of red pills. Even the women that I live with in my special arrangement, I can see the fear in their eyes. I can see how they don't quite know how to handle the awakening that I have gone through since the beginning of the year. Something as simple as using my veto power. And I'll get to that hopefully in another video. And secondly, the power of the purse. Those two things very quickly is just your ability to say no. That's your veto power. Not no like a 5-year-old does when he's having a tantrum, but simply exercising your right to not do something that is not in your best interest or is counterproductive to the goal at hand. Second, the power of the purse. And actually, this was amplified to me by the Republican Congress. And I don't mean this in a cynical way, but really just Congress's legal power of being able to influence policy of the executive branch by deciding, yes, we will vote to fund this, or no, we will not fund this. And that applies to, I think, particularly more for married men, but any man in a relationship with a woman or more women where he is in a position where he is legally or contractually otherwise has a responsibility to provide to provide financial support, or if it's in his best interest to provide some sort of financial support. So just the ability to say, you know what, I will pay for this, I will not pay for that, and here's why. Or if I'm going to pay for this, here are the conditions under which I will pay for. So we cannot let distractions as a result of the sphere of MGTOW or derailment occur. I see this fear manifesting in two ways. One, you have women who realize the game is up. This man that I've been with or have a relationship or I'm trying to extract from is awakening to the game I'm trying to play. And this initially catches the woman by surprise, especially if the man prior to this was really a mangina or a hardcore blue pillar, a provider. And he all of a sudden switches gears where he's using his veto power and he's using power of the purse. And they don't quite know how to handle it. This obviously is most effective where the woman really has no recourse apart from relying on the state, having to use her limited to no funds, Or if it's the relationship has reached a critical mass, perhaps in a marriage, deciding, okay, it's time for me to get out of this, maybe by initiating a separation. On the other hand, you have men who are typically either manginas or want to go back into the matrix. They may be aware that there's life outside the matrix, but you know what? They've sold into the matrix and they don't want to leave. And MGTOW threatens that. It threatens their fantasy by questioning their status quo. So rather than analyze the difference between their matrix and the world outside that and just accepting, okay, that's a choice those people made, the reaction out of fear is to delegitimize MGTOW by targeting other leading MGTOWs or shaming them, or even maybe using other tools or other proxy individuals to shame those people. We mustn't let that happen. You know, whether you're a MGTOW, whether you're a blue pillar, purple pillar, what have you, it's very important that even if you can't be officially MGTOW for any reason, don't let that discourage you if you really want the freedom that comes with the way of MGTOW to pump it up. It shouldn't matter if a certain individual has more subscribers than you or has more videos. It doesn't matter, because the critical mass is what makes MGTOW what it is. The fact that men are talking in a space where they're free to express themselves. So, do you think folks out there are afraid of MGTOW? Why? Let a brother know. I'm off to the dojo. Doom, 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 doom.